4:30 a.m. in California, and I am starting the stream. I'm going to be building a trebuchet, which comes from the 3-in-1 Creator Castle, and is when you build the tall tower. It also comes with a trebuchet. I don't know for sure. We were talking about being the design to like build 2 of those per main castle. That way the attacking army also ends up with trebuchets. So that they're sieging the castle would be a good idea. It already comes with it. It'd be something we could do. Make it easy. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to build this trebuchet, see how good it is. It's still very early, so my voice is kind of low. I'm going to take a second and share this link, at least to Discord. How's everybody doing this morning? I just watched Greg's video about his sales for the Redbeard's runnership. I hadn't had a chance to watch that video for some reason. I guess it skipped over a couple days ago. Must have been busy. Don't know. Somehow I didn't see it. But that's pretty cool. I didn't know that you even had that in your, like in that hall. I saw one comment though, so just pointing it out, that someone has a bricklaying store and is willing to work on making a deal. And I bring that up because I'm also trying to do that with some bricklaying stores. Contact them about Nexonite figures and parts, and if they have some, being able to get them to me at a significantly reduced price, hopefully, and then count the, you know, the loss in sales profits or their normal income as advertising, and I'll be able to put, you know, sponsorship signs out saying these bricklaying stores sponsored us, and have QR codes to their stores, and saying they really, you know, helped out to try to get this going. So, trying to do that. We shall see if that works out or not. Alright, let me jump on the Brickitect Discord real quick. Let everybody know I am live. Oop, missed the O. Live now. Okay. I'm not too worried about these morning streams being like super popular. I don't need people. I just like to be able to chat a little bit. Makes it a little more entertaining, interesting, enjoyable, I guess is the right way to put it. Speaking of the Brickitect Discord, I received my Secret Santa gift yesterday in the mail, so it's sitting on a shelf over there. Posted a picture in the Discord. No, I didn't actually. Posted it directly to the Secret Santa page. I guess I could post one into the Discord as well. Alright, so let's see. One thing I'm noticing is I can't imagine we're going to use up the rest of these pieces on this trebuchet, and I think I can go taller on that tower with the pieces that are here. Because one of the things I feel like is with the main castle in front of it, it doesn't pop. Like, that's much taller by being in the background. So a couple of options would be to make it taller, which I think I have parts to do, and then also just lift the base up a little bit, making it be like it's on a hill behind it, which is something I might need to do to create something more interesting to the layout. Got that one. Oh, and then I guess it's this across. Sipping my coffee. You gotta finish out the year, and we have to weigh in twice a year and do a couple other things too. So, black coffee this morning, doing my keto and fasting thing. So, I'm gonna have to try to weigh in here shortly. We'll see. Pretty close. Just usually have to lose a couple pounds. I'm just Marine Corps weight standards are pretty strict, and I always have to kind of lose a couple pounds right before time to weigh in. So, also want to get this done for sure before the holidays. really kick in, and that becomes much harder to actually keep up with. Still got nobody in chat. In a second here, I was watching a video about the history of the city grid and its efficiencies and things like that, and why it's so popular. Not the most interesting content to a lot of people, but I like stuff about city planning, like city games. Been hosting some talks lately on wisdom about city and urban planning topics. So yeah, not necessarily something that a lot of people would be very interested in. But I like it. Needed a couple of tiles here. I'm not sure if the design here is something that Shai is gonna want to be his trebuchets, but we'll see. I would think they'd be pretty good. It looks okay in the picture, so maybe that'll work. This organization setup has worked pretty okay. I was concerned about being able to find what I needed by sorting like I sort my mock building parts, which is by like type instead of by color in here. So I was a little nervous about that. I was like, oh crap, am I actually going to be able to find anything when I'm digging through? And I was. It wasn't too bad. Been able to say, okay, that's one of my sloped pieces. So these ones are curved like big arches or anything like that. And I put them all together, and I can look at that and go, oh, that's over there. It hasn't been too bad. So. It's crazy because I feel like there's still a lot of pieces left sitting over there. So, curious how that's going to work. If I'm just left, because a lot of times when you build these 3-in-1s, you do end up with a lot of extra pieces on the alternate builds. So maybe it won't have the same design quality. But if I want to get that height that I really want for that tower in the background, I might modify the tower in a way that makes it like taller. Adjust the base a bit, lift up to the bottom floor or something, and just put like a very basic square block in a couple places. I have at least 4 more little base pieces there, so who knows, I might be able to make that work. And in most cases I can kind of reach everything without needing to shift any pieces, but for anything in the far edge of this one, I can't really see it very well, so I go ahead and just grab the tray and bring it over. Making it a little easier to actually find the part and build. Started doing these early morning live streams just to capture the video of building all these castles to put into like a final time lapse once I'm done like designing the castle. I guess just to document the process of building this big castle with Shai, and then we'll take it and put it on display, and it's gonna be kind of interesting. We'll see how well this goes. Alrighty. one that's been difficult was I put like 1x3s and 1x4s of bricks just together, like in this one, and you can't tell the difference from this. It's like, I can't find it. So I just have to grab that one and look. Also the larger bricks, so like 2x anything. So 2x3s are in there, 2x4s are in there, 2x2s are in there, like 2x2s but with one piece missing to make it an L. Those are in there, so that one can be a little frustrating to find too. Okay. This isn't how it says to do this, but it's how I'm going to do it because it's just going to be a little easier to do. Sometimes the way they design steps, I'm like, that's not how I want to do it. Okay, you got that, and then tube on this side. That kind of, I love those steps where something that's kind of crumbly, oops, that's not the right piece, something that's not very solid, it gets those final pieces that really like solidify it. And that was it right there. This all just kind of locked together finally. It's been feeling wobbly up to that point. Oof, okay. 7 like straight 1x1s. That might be all the rest of them. No, they're close. There aren't too many of those left. Interesting choice to just stack 1x1s around it. I wonder why. Probably because with these creator sets, that might be all we really have that are in the 1x category to fill the space at this point. And then we'll do the next layer, which it looks like it is, to like solidify that back down, like I just talked about. So these become 1x2s. No, they don't. Well, they do, but that's not the step I'm supposed to be doing. But more than doing it, so might as well finish. I skipped a step. But this area, that's because I saw this area here. I started working on finishing up what I assumed was this next step, but there's one step before this where I put some pieces in front of this area, but that's fine. It won't affect the ability to. Darn, I did drop it. Won't affect my ability to be able to do that. So light blue tray 1x3s. I didn't even know these existed before I built these sets. The little 1x3s with an arch in the middle. Did not know. See, this is one I'm not sure what I did with them. In here, slips? Yeah, probably. Oh, they're up here. They're these small, like 1x2s with a sloped front, and like I'm not sure what I did with that. See, I knew it's over there. I just couldn't see which spot had it. Oh, I needed 2 of those. Tiago Caterino, just, is he posted a video or is he live? It's a video. Okay. Turn the page, quick zip up, and Jose's here. Yeah, it looks like it right now. You're the only one who shows up and talks to me, hangs out. Jose asked if he's my biggest fan. I mean, if you're a fan, I just am trying to, and I was saying this when I first started, I was like, mostly I'm trying to get all of this recorded while I'm building through the castles themselves, so that when I talk about the final like production video of building the army out, building the custom version of the castles that we're going to build in order to display this at BricsLA, that I can build a video that captures all these live streams and really is about like a time lapse. It's just going to end up being time lapse, but gives me a chance to, if someone came and talked, to hang out and talk to me. I appreciate you coming by and at least saying hey. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I was able to get in touch with an organization that helps veterans in the U.S. start their own businesses, and I have a meeting with them today at 9 to start the process for me. And so I'm going to be working on that today, which is exciting. So I'll be kind of looking forward to that most of the day. Well, not most of the day, most of the morning. Just thinking about how exciting this moment is while I'm starting on the next like phase of my life, kind of planning out being able to do that. That's the plan anyways. Oh, I did that wrong. Yeah, I'm currently an active duty Marine, Chief Warrant Officer 4. I've been in for 21 and a half years at this point. It'll be 23 years by the time my retirement date actually hits. Been doing this a little while. Oh, we're actually putting that bucket on here. I kind of think I set it off to the side. Yeah, here's all like the weird stuff. I put it together. This does not call for the handle. It's our swing arm. Gonna launch it. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I think, anyways. Andy actually helped me with something the other day going towards that. Looking for a Lego design. I was looking at official sets, and there are like no decent ambulances that are official Lego sets, so you have to go to a custom design. He found a really cool one. Is Bricky Platypus here? I saw he just subscribed, so my pleasure, man. Been doing this a long time. It's, you know, what it's what I was able to do. Hold on. Oh, that's what I was like. What is this next piece here? You know, it's what was able to get me out of a really like tough spot in my life. I was, and at the point where I joined, it wasn't as bad. I'd kind of sorted some of the things out, but I knew that I wanted to kind of completely change what I was doing, what my options were, where I was at. Hey Bricky, appreciate you coming over and checking out the stream. I'm just up early. It was, you know, Greg did his 5 a.m. Lego thing for a while. It makes sense too from a person who's got family responsibilities and other things. I can get up early, get some stuff done, and then as everybody else starts their morning, shut this down and go, you know, help out with the morning routine. So for me, this works pretty well too. So Greg was doing 5 a.m., but that's 5 a.m. East Coast, so it's always so early. I rarely get do anything but catch the very end of it. So this is 4 a.m. West Coast Lego for me. But mostly the streams over the last few days I've been building 3-in-1 castles. So I built the main castle. I built the tower version. I don't think I'll build the third version. I think I'm going to build another tower and potentially see if integrating 2 like large towers in the back, almost like into a keep, or if it'll work better to integrate differently in a certain way with Shy also building 3, because the overall long-term idea is to build up my army, and I'm working on that, and then have 6 3-in-1 castles that kind of come together and like merge into one castle at Bricks LA. So we have to design this in a way where we can each build our stuff completely separate, show up at Bricks LA, piece the 2 together, set up his massive army, put my army in defense of the castle, and then like set up our storyboards. So we have a pretty good idea. It's just, it's a lot we're gonna have to follow through with, so it's gonna be interesting. I don't know where you guys are all from, but if you make it out to Bricks LA, you'll be able to see our display. And we'll obviously be taking a lot of video and posting it on our channels. So probably not. I can try. It's probably mostly just I'm not talking very loud because it's early. But let me see if I can make a change to the settings. Yeah, it's maxed. It's further away, so you can see the pieces that I normally put it. And I still need to order a soundboard so I can use these microphones in a better way. Right now, if I use one of them, it's even worse for audio because the microphones require power, and the power that comes from this little USB adapter we got, it's not very good. So we're getting a soundboard. It's just an investment. It's a lot of, like the one I think I'm gonna get is like $500, and so a little hard to kind of make that call. I could scoot forward a little, like scoot the table, scoot it so you can't see this little front gap at least. So give me 1 second. When I say it's early and I just get up and come in here, I make coffee. I'm literally still in my pajamas. I'm gonna be up building. I might as well see if I can sit and talk to a couple friends. So I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me. Let me switch back over so I can see the chat. Yeah, I mean you can. It just would be a bit of a haul to come all the way to LA for a Lego show. But I will say, you actually might be right. You might not be able to. I don't know how the lift or ban on travel from Europe to America is at this point with COVID. I'm not sure what the status is with that. Yeah, those older castle like molded base plates are really expensive, but it does fix one of the key issues I'm talking about with this. Is I kind of want that tower up a little higher, like it would be on that base plate where you'd have the main castle wall and then like a raised up keep sort of. Um, that would be helpful, like to be able to build out a wall section and have a raised back section. I'm probably just gonna have to build it out of the bricks and stuff, and then lift up the back. We haven't talked about it, but I think I want the back to still look like open. So if you walked around the display, that side, you know, looks like the army attacking a castle, and you imagine it to be a fully filled out castle. But behind it, you could see inside the castle and see like people all over and what's actually going on inside the castle. Kind of the way it's built now. Ooh, sorry, alarm. Lets me know that other people are going to start waking up here shortly. So you can actually see into the back area where people are working and living, and at this time would be under siege. So what would be the activities people would be doing? Which does mean, since it's potentially going to be inside the castle of my space, I can fill out some of my space with regular citizens. I don't have to all be army folks. So I'm thinking about that too. I may actually, because like this is this half of this where there's a water wheel that goes by. When it rotates, it works a hammer, and then behind it, when you see the chimney, there's like a blacksmith area inside there. So there should be someone who is like just a blacksmith working on that. So excuse me. I kind of want to fill out some of the regular citizens too. Secure this arm area here. What? Yeah, right. So like stuff piled up against the door, like the whole idea. I think. Oh, actually, these might be. This is not this one. I need a different tile. Looked at that wrong. One of the weird things is the way the lighting's set up for this morning stuff is it's a little darker, and then there's still kind of a glare, so sometimes it's hard to see exactly what I'm doing. And I grabbed the wrong towel for the second time, so now I have the right towel. There's a couple of them in different sizes, and I don't know why I wasn't looking at it and realizing that's going to be 1x4 based on where I'm putting it. It's hard to tell in the picture. Hey man, no worries about that Next Knight's Castle. It's awesome that you're doing that. I did purchase some of the blue pieces. I think I sent you a photo with like, I've taken care of these ones. I need to go back to that. I need to do the same. Big thing for me right now is like I'm holding off on like doing much of that as much as I would love to, because I'm trying to fill out this army, and we're going to specifically use this castle for the display. So I'm kind of trying to focus any of my spending on being ready for Brixelay. Which is also part of why I'm holding off on buying the soundboard, because spending $500 on that, or spending $500 on Nexo Knights pieces, it's kind of like, I feel like I need to do the labyrinth in order to be ready for Brixelay. Spend some money on Nexo Knights. Okay, where is this going now? These sit on that and goes across here. So this is coming together as the trebuchet now. So kind of set these hinges here, and this is the counterweight. Not hinges, but there we go. The Technic like pins, so this weight would come up and we'll swing it out. Pretty decent little function. It's got the standard Lego picture of somebody getting hit in the eye with something, so be careful. Okay, gonna build out the the side excuse me, side cover stuff to these. That's an annoying sound, sorry. Hit one of the springs. Hit one of the springs for the microphone stand over there. It happens. It shouldn't happen too much because it won't be swinging big plastic pieces around during most of our normal recordings in here, but whatever. You have to have. No, so definitely keep it up. If we manage to finish parting all the stuff together for the Nexo Nights, I do want that. So I'm keeping all my Nexo Night stuff. Like I still have several Nexo Night sets put together back here. There's some stuff down here. I've pulled some apart to build Spaceship in September, and it's still kind of the goal. I have a lot in specific trays over there that are Nexo Nights and Benny's Spaceship sets disassembled into part sorts, so that way I can build a big spaceship. Like the chassis for the spaceship is over there, the engine is behind me. I just, with September finished and not being able to complete it in time, I think I was a little overly ambitious for one of my first big like A-fold projects. And then me and Shai came up with this idea that we have for Bricks LA. So I'm kind of focusing on this one, but that doesn't mean I don't still need to collect Knight and Castle. That's like one of the big white whale sets for me, is to collect most of the Nexo Night stuff, because nobody else does. Like, not as an actual like long-term collectible thing. I think some people are holding on to them to resell them. I've seen a lot of pretty highly priced sets that people kept. Some people have them in large numbers too. It's like, I get that they invested and it makes a lot of sense, but for me, I just actually really like the Nexo Night stuff and want to collect them and probably display them. I even thought that it might be something at a show that people would think was kind of cool to have that much Nexo Night stuff. This looks like they want it to stay kind of out a little, so you can cap that off. It does look like it's not gonna lock in place though. There's no, like, this isn't rotating it, so I'm not sure why that's there. We shall see. I always kind of get a kick out of watching and seeing how mechanisms come together, whether they, how they're gonna work. So, looking for, I know that I should see it, I just can't. And it's this one. It looks a lot darker on there. Jose, you said it reminded you of Hulk Hogan. What do you mean? Like, what reminded you of Hulk Hogan? Bricky, that's a pretty long list of colors, man. Let's see, pin that in here. That's going to be the chain. Okay. Yeah. So we can link this up with the chain here, and then we can crank this to pull back the trebuchet. And then let it go. It's pretty cool. Some little target. They use the crate to store cylinders to be able to be shot by this. I don't know if we're going to need that. Okay, so yeah, so I'm definitely left with lots of pieces with this tower build and trebuchet build, which trebuchet is pretty good. So I'll see if Shine wants to build towers and build trebuchets. So it's pretty cool. What it needs though, it needs some kind of mobility. We'll have to pull some wheels or something out of our inventory to make it look like it could have rolled into position for a siege, right? Gosh, that thing would have to have like a mechanism too, so the wheels could drop out of the way, because most of them had the ability to set down so it's solid to make that big shot and then pick back up. It's like a lever. All right, Jose, enjoy your lunch. Talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by. I'm about to have to close out too, because it's, like I said, it's early, but the family I think is up and moving. Yeah, so I think I could put a floor in this tower between the door. Like the door floor should stay, because that's the base floor, it comes up to it. But then lift everything up from there, at least one. I got 4 plates there to build to have base like support. They may not have wanted to go that tall just for stability. Plenty of like, because this is 6x6 sized, and that's what most of those are, is a 6x6 wide space. So even arches on the side can make some kind of a fully visible open turret space below it. Plenty of solid, but plenty of like tall pieces too to extend that up higher. I really think I can make a taller just tower if I wanted to make like a huge tower up in the corner. One thing I was thinking too is, so my army is supposed to have like magic. It doesn't need to be just a square tower. Like that thing could kind of like rotate its way up or something. Start offsetting each of the floors a little so it looks like it rotates on its way up. It'll be kind of cool. Bricky, you're saying it'd take you a day to sort through all that stuff. I'm telling you, man, like, I don't know what you're planning on doing with it for, or offering as the price mark, but as long as it's less than some of the really ridiculous prices I'd have to pay to put it on Bricklink, we're good, man, we'll figure it out. And honestly, I could probably even do without the minifigures, but you said you have the minifigures for the Knight and Castle. I'm tempted to start building like a little add-on floor. So I'm done with this instruction book. Now it's time to get creative a little. What it would look like to, I'm gonna keep this as a base, but then it would end up being not using the base pieces of it. So I wonder if the stone would work as the outside's better, or should I put, I only have 2 of the wooden ones, so we don't want to do that. Oh yeah, and you see there's like plenty of these too. So I could add another section using just that. It makes like a solid section of wall basically. And the way they were doing it was you had one open side so you could still see the floor. So I could keep this open. I could design something inside it if I wanted to. Seems like plenty here to be able to do this. Not as many L pieces to secure corners. Still lots of like blue roofed sections that could add character to each floor as I like stacked it up. It could have windows. Like, so say I put arch across some kind with a window, it could still have roof pieces sticking out from it to kind of give it shelter from it. I feel like there's still plenty to be able to go higher. And then there's still 4 more additional light bluish gray, like tall the ones I use on the corner here. Yeah, and then I think there's plenty of options for being able to build taller. So that's gonna have to be something. Enough of these to round out a corner too. That could be our way of securing some of this. because now it's a lot more solid. See, it's like there's plenty here to be able to do it. I'm just like experimenting at this point, real quick. Because there's plenty of pieces still left over. So if I want to go taller, I think I can go at least 1 or 2 more floors. And that would be nice. This is what maybe we want to do. I'm trying to think how I wanted to do this, because there's these 1x4 sections now in between here. I've got at least 3 of these larger windows that could work. So those 3, and then if I raised it up, I won't have enough of those though. Probably. Oh yeah, let's do 2s. Let's go. See, I'm like getting creative now. Sorry, I'm not sure if this is as exciting as just building a trebuchet, but Facebook Market Meeting. Oh, so you're actually going and like meeting somebody to get something? Dude, that's awesome. Absolutely do that. So I think what I'll do is actually pull these off of here, because I'm going to want them at the top of this a little bit taller floor. Tempted to, I wonder what it would look like to round this corner. And then come up from there. But I think that's going to mess up my later piece. We'll hold off on those. If I raise this, because I only have 4 of these, so let's make this work here. I get tile off for a little angle in the base 1. See, just kind of creating as I go. But I definitely can add some height here. There's plenty of extra tubes. Oops. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Put that back in there. I'm really liking the availability of parts though on this set. I liked the main build. That was a really fun build. The problem I would have building multiples would be that you end up with multiple like blacksmith sections, which I don't think would make sense in a bigger town. So if I built 2 or 3 of them, which I have 3 sets right now, I don't need those extra town type of buildings. So that would be part of the issue, I think. And I have, how many of those do I have? Because I need 2, 4. So I could do 1 window with arrow slits. So like the front window could have side arrow slits instead of the column stonework. Does any of those have arrow slits? No. See, so like military protection floor is definitely the thing that needs up higher. I do remember building at least 1 window with arrow slits. So it might be that I would move that off of the other floor, adding it to this one. And maybe the top of this is where that should be actually, but we'll take a look at this real quick here in a minute. So here was the idea I kind of had first in my head, was making these kind of large open windows. And again, I'm just trying to make the whole tower be taller, like a lot taller. There's a spot in that tower that they built out like a wizard's keep kind of section of it, which I thought looked really cool. And see, here's securing these corners though. Makes me wonder if I'd want to keep this going. Maybe bring those up 1. Sorry, I'm figuring this out as I go. I don't know how interesting doing the figure it out as you go kind of building is, but works for me. I'm trying to find a way to make this tower taller. Yeah, man, you too. Talk to you later, Bricky. Have a great day. Yeah, it's hopefully, actually I probably should have already stopped and should be getting my day started as well, but oops, that's the wrong piece. But I will talk to you later, probably see you in the Discord. Got the corners. And then let's, because I had plenty of these too, to round out the whole look of this floor with an overhang, which makes sense. Would want to do that. It's very wobbly though, so I'm gonna have to find a way to. Oh yeah, duh. It'll end up with this on top. That's one thing to hold it all together for sure. So don't really need to worry too much about it. See, like I know that's simple, but that little bit of a design is enough to raise that up by a lot. So I think doing that and do that a couple times, like there's still plenty here for me to build with. I didn't use, and honestly I could probably not even use these walls on this, but I'm going to do this one, and then I got enough walls to do another, and then enough angle pieces. 1, 2, I can at least do 2 front corners. Yeah, there's still plenty here to build with. So I think I can make this a tall friggin' tower, like a crazy tall tower. Or make a couple of additional towers to build, like into the castle. But just at a quick effort, that was, you know, the basic one. And honestly, maybe the 1x1 round that's here at the top. Actually, I kind of like it. Looks good there. I would say it might be better here to raise up the square. I'm gonna try it. I want to see how that looks. And then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna end the stream because I need to go start my day. Go make some coffee for Mom there. And if I had more of the side pieces, I could switch these corners out. But yeah, lots of flexibility. That's why I love Lego. It's like, how do I want this model to look? You get to just reconstruct it pretty quickly, change the way your model ends up looking. Because I was feeling like the variation in the center might break up some of the straight lines of that original design. I think it does. Look good, look better, look more better. Plus it brings together the completely solid like square sections at the top, streamlining that piece as well. So once I tighten all that in, I think that looks better. I'm gonna lock this down for now so it doesn't fall apart later. So first, like little additional module to my tower, and then figure out how to put it on. Okay, got that side down. Come on, thing. There we go. Yeah, solid now. There's a little extra tower module, and I'll be able to throw that on that tower, make it taller. Talk to y'all later. Have a good one. Oh, morning, Andy. You got me right at the end. I am closing up. I finished the trebuchet this morning, and each of the tall tower ones comes with a build for the trebuchet. So the taller tower in the back there, I built that. But there's still lots of pieces left, and the goal is for that to kind of stick out behind my main castle, whatever it ends up looking like. So I quickly tossed together, like, there's additional pieces, an additional module that would be able to kind of lift up the whole tower. So I gotta look at it, figure out how I would integrate it, but that's the idea. Build a couple more of these, a couple more of something out of what's a significant amount of stuff left, to be able to make some more height to that tower. I think it'd be really cool to have a big, crazy, tall tower in the back of it. So I'm gonna end the stream now. I gotta get ready for my day. Appreciate you coming by, and we'll talk to you later.